Hey guys, if you like what we're doing, please make sure to hit that subscribe button right here to my left. If you are a real boss, you'll support other bosses. Right, Ross?
Huh?
Yeah, you heard him. The boss of all bosses just told you to subscribe. Also, make sure you check out our most recent episode of The Culture. We talk about Billboard's top 10 MCs list. You know, if we agree with it, if we disagree with it, we gave our own list. So please check that out after this review. Hey everybody, I'm BMOC. You're now tuning to BMOC.TV. Today I'm back with a brand new album review from the boy Ricky Rose. That's right, Rick Ross, the boss, Black Market. Now I didn't know what to expect with this record because he put out the mixtape Black Dollar, you know, a month or so ago, and it was wasn't really feeling it too much, too crazy. But he really surprised me with the Black Market, man. Like, don't just think he's just some regular records he just, you know, threw together or just rushed real quick. This is a really quality album with some more spins. This is probably going to be one of his best albums to me. So let's break it down track by track. Going to be kind of all over the place. Not going to go like whole chronological order situation. I gotta really just sum up what I really felt about the project and what I think is dope. So one of my favorite things I really like from Ross, man, is just his wordplay and delivery, which is just straight on point. This album with the production. You have Crocodile Python, where he's like rhyming about like his legal troubles that happened this year. If you didn't know, you were sleeping on a rock. He talks a little bit about that. Silk Road, some of the same wordplay. That's a beautiful piece. I was loving Lisa. I was getting some pizza. Now I'm making the reaper. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rick Ross flow is dope. The Silk Road beat, by the way, is fire. It's probably one of my favorite beats on the album. Then on a song called Dope D, I'm not gonna say the full title, but the song Dope D, he's giving you that smooth boss Rick Ross talk. The most definitely, you dig, Wingstop, whatever you want for Rick Ross, that's the flow, man. So that's pretty smooth for the ladies. And even on that record, he's still, you know, he's still flowing. Even though it's more like a smooth ladies record, he still got some bars in there. He even took a little shot at Drake. I think it's about Drake. I don't know. Could be about anybody else. We'll get to more about Drake later, but he said something like, I even write my own raps, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, never really heard Ross say stuff like that before. It's happened after the whole Ghostwriter thing, so, you know, you call it. Then following the whole theme, like the wordplay thing I've been talking about, he has a song called Black Opium produced by DJ Premier. Like Rick Ross on a Primo beat? Dope, how they cut up the samples, I think like some Lloyd Banks. It hit me. At first I was listening to it, I was like, I'm gonna listen to the same album? Like, this album is dope. This could be like a single, you know what I'm saying? So definitely was something unexpected from Ross. I didn't think he would go that direction, but I'm glad that he did. Then not just the wordplay and delivery that he's giving you, you know, with some of the storytelling, but just like really the introspective bars where he talks about like his backstory. You kind of connect with Ross past like the character, the big boss talk. You really get to know him as like the person and what he had to go through. For example, his song Free Enterprise featuring John Legend, where it starts off the album, is a perfect example of this. Again, being introspective but still being like intricate with the rhymes. John Legend also kills the hook as usual. And right after that, even on, you know, Smile Mama Smile, when Rick Ross was talking about his relationship with his mom, you know what I'm saying, how she knew he was hustling, but he had to find a better way, you know, to provide a better life for him and her, and some of the struggles he had to go through, which helped him succeed all the way up to the rap game and who he is now. One of my favorite tracks on this album is One of Us featuring Nas. As we know, Nas never disappoints. Like, Nas's flow is, man, we've been having so many dope Nas features this year. I hope an album is coming soon. Come on, Nas. I know he's in the studio cooking up some stuff, man. After this last album, he said it wouldn't be long before he dropped another album. So I'm hoping soon we get some Nas. Nas will be killing every feature he's been on this whole year. Jadakiss, Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's been everywhere killing it. So look out for Nas, man. I know he has to be coming soon. And even as I say that about Nas, like, Rick Ross really holds his own. Like, a lot of people do not give Ross credit. Even if you don't think he's as lyrical as Nas, his flow is very on pocket and his delivery kind of makes up for everything he lacks. Let's say pen-wise. But his pen, I think his pen is dope too. You know, when Ross wants to rhyme, he rhymes. When he wants to, like, you know, just kind of be in the trap and chill and give you those anthems, he gives you that too. But if you want to get on his lyrical miracle stuff, you know, Ross can do that. Then we get to one of the most controversial records on the album, which is called Color Money. That dropped before the album came out. And, you know, it seems like he's taking some shots at Drake. Definitely some shots at Birdman. Obviously, some of the Drake stuff stems from, like, the Meek Mill back and forth, you know, kind of Ross kind of standing up for his team. And then with the whole Birdman thing, you know, Rick Ross and Wayne are super cool, and Rick Ross, you know, he said on the Breakfast Club interview, he wasn't really feeling how Birdman's going about this whole legal battle with Wayne over royalties, and then Young Thug changing his albums like the Carter 5 or the Carter 6. Sorry, and you know how Birdman's allowing that with Lil Wayne's name, and just disrespect. Rick Ross is like, I wouldn't treat my artist this way, Birdman. I should look up to you while you're doing it. So definitely, it's some turmoil. We'll see how that plays out. It'll be really interesting. I don't think Drake's really gonna respond to this, and if Birdman responds, I don't know if it's gonna be on a record. Like, do you really want to hear a Birdman diss record to Ross? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And speaking of taking shots, we have the Ghostwriter track. You know, when Ross was like, you know, all this Ghostwriter talk, I used to be a Ghostwriter. I'm writing some of your favorite artists right now. I'm writing for him. He mentioned some of his struggles with Slip and Slide, the first label he was signed to, which we all know was ran by Trick Daddy. How they, like, you know, played him out of his publishing in order for him to be a writer. You know, some of this stuff's really interesting. Kind of Ross saying, like, listen, I wasn't always the boss. I was always on top. I had to struggle like some other artists in exchange for ghostwriting for other people, putting them on while trying to put myself on. He also loads some shots at DMX. Like, you know, pretty much kind of playing DMX like, you know, you did so much in the game and now you're an older cat who can't really live strictly off your music. You gotta go back to hustling in the streets and all that stuff. So it may be stemming from when DMX first came out. Back out of prison, I want to say a couple years ago, he was on the Breakfast Club, and they asked him about Rick Ross, and he was like, he wasn't really feeling him like that. So maybe it's just a response, an overdue response from Rick Ross on the whole DMX situation. So it'll be interesting to see how DMX responds, if he responds to this record. And then of course, you know, to kind of balance some things out, we have some really like cool radio friendly records just for the ladies. He gets into some like relationship talk with the Can't Let Go featuring Mariah Carey record, you know, the whole peace sign thing, you know, the sexual record, even the whole Mary J joint, you know what I'm saying, which could be a lady friendly record if you want to call it that, but it's still like a trunk banger. The production is spot on, but you'll add that Mary J, gives that extra like radio appeal, so that could be a single as well. Then speaking of singles, we have the first single, Sorry, featuring Chris Brown. I feel like any track Chris Brown is on is like a hit. Like, Chris Brown is on something different right now, man. I swear every song he gets on is fire. And you know, and Rick Ross, again, giving that more of that wordplay, the smooth talk, a smooth track. That's something again different from what we heard on like the last project, which was more like 808 street friendly. And it's just a more diverse project all around. But I think Sorry was definitely a great representation of that change. Then last but not least, well, to some of y'all it may be least, I don't know. But it's a track featuring Future called Dope. Who doesn't have a track with Future? You know what I'm saying? Like, who doesn't? It's definitely cool. You know, it's cool if you want to kind of turn up something to kind of end the album off with. There is a deluxe version of this, which I haven't heard. I'm just hearing the Spotify version, so it stopped at Dope. But I think there's some other tracks. If you get the deluxe version, you check those out. But for this version of it, it ends off with Dope, which again is cool for that turn up vibe if you're looking for that. So overall, again, like I said before, I love it. One of the things I like about Ross is the delivery, the wordplay, the conviction in his words. Even when he's doing an interview, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I own 50 Wingstops. You know what I'm saying? We bossed up. We chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? You know how Rick Ross talk. And I think that's just needed. You know, people say it's a character, it's not him. Whatever the case is, it's entertaining. At the end of the day, he's an entertainer, so he definitely gets a lot of props for that. Again, this is a dope album. I definitely hear myself spinning this over again and again and again. But this isn't a sleeper. Like, so definitely don't sleep with that new Rick Ross. Take some time, check it out, man. But he really put some really effort into this project, which tells by the storytelling and the flow and all that. So, you know, I give it 2 thumbs up. So now I want to hear your thoughts. What did you think of it? You know, did you think it was kind of more of the same? Did you think something that's different? You know, you heard it. What you think about Color Money? Sorry. Any of the other records too that you may have listened to or the whole album? Please put in the comments. I will shout you out. Speaking of shout outs, I want to shout out those who commented on my last review, which was the Jadakiss Top 5 Dead or Alive. I'm still banging that. So shout out to Jamil Hogan's, Marvin's, Paul, The Bull, Devo, Joel Joseph, Quincy Woods, Carmen Naper, Chaos 843. Scroll down. MS, I Formal, A Rob Robinson, Justice Will Rise, Jules Clay, Frank Burgess, Aaron Adade, Kush Boy, Stuart P. Thank you guys so much for commenting. I appreciate all the love and support. Without you guys, the channel wouldn't be growing like the way it is. So I appreciate that. So thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out our most recent episode of The Culture. We talked about Billboard's top 10 list. You know, if we agree with it, if we didn't agree with it, our own personal top 10 list. It was hilarious. So all my hip hoppers out there, I know you'll love it. Please check that out ASAP. For more reviews, the culture episodes, more of everything, tune into youtube.com/BMOCTV. Please subscribe or BMOC.TV. I'm BMOC. Peace.